biggest brand in racing. Movie deals, infomercials, product...
Hey guys, here's another wireless CarPlay adapter, but this time I believe it's going to be a little bit different than usual. So I've already showed you some devices over the past few months, and this one, I believe this one is a little bit different. So it's made by MMB, and here's the product name, product model number, or whatever you want to call it, WJUC-1. And let's go through the box. Let's install it here in Golf MK7 with MIB2 based infotainment system, and then we will talk pros and cons and features of this device. So we can right away see that it's a piano black finish, really nice looking. I don't have my piano black trims over here because I wrap it with something a little bit easier to maintain, but this looks very nice when it's clean. We don't have a fixed cable over here, but there's a standard USB port over here, and there's an USB-C port on the other side. We don't have any LEDs that I can see, or maybe over here there are two holes, maybe those are LEDs, and we have some cooling on both sides. What's else in the box? I believe we don't need this, we will have some cable connections. So we have USB-C to USB-C for modern cars, we have USB to USB-C, this is for Golf MK7, and we have two exactly the same cables but in short versions, so this will be easier to fit inside your glove compartment if you want to hide everything inside. And I'm not sure if all of those cables are standard. I'm pretty much convinced that it's not. I just got an extra cable over here just for the purpose of this review. So when you are going to buy it, make sure which cable you are going to get, if all four or maybe just two of them, or maybe you need to pick your option before you order it. And also, as usual, we have some kind of short user manual over here, which says shows us some information about the hardware and the features that are over here. Okay, so I believe the installation should be pretty easy. All we need is the device and one of the USB cables, and we are going to use the USB port over here in the glove compartment to connect it to Golf MK7. I will pair it with my iPhone. I'm using iPhone 11 over here, and once it's set up, I'm going to show you how this works. Over here and over here. We can close it, and now all we need to do is wait for the device to boot up, and once it's ready, it should appear over here on the display. So the device is on. I've connected it to the USB port over here in the compartment below the climate control. What's over here? It's my calendar. And right away we are in this interface, and I believe since my phone is already set up, it should switch to CarPlay in a few seconds as soon as it here it is, as soon as it finds my phone nearby. And of course I'm not connected to the car whatsoever. There are no wires connected to my phone. This is wireless CarPlay. You can see it by the battery indicator over here. This is displayed only if the CarPlay is used wirelessly. If you are using a USB cable, you will not see your battery indicator on the CarPlay display. And as far as the CarPlay goes, it's pretty basic stuff. You have your touch controls, which are a little bit laggy, which I honestly don't like, but this is not the most important thing in this device, so bear with me. And we can of course use all the applications which are CarPlay enabled. You can use control knob to navigate through the menus, which is much easier than using touch inputs in cars. And we have also steering wheel controls, so maybe let's play some tunes over here which are not going to be demonetized by YouTube. So let's check. Okay, and let's check if the steering wheel control works. Yeah, it switches the tune once again. There's a little bit lag over here, as I said, but this is normal for CarPlay interface, as there is some kind of Bluetooth buffer mode for the audio streams. And if you press the next button, you can already see that the song title is changing, but the sound needs to be buffered a little bit. So the device is responding pretty quickly, but the Bluetooth buffer needs to go through this cycle of half a second when it needs to load the song from the device. Okay, that's enough of the technicality. The CarPlay stuff is pretty simple, pretty basic. Let me show you the cool stuff right now. So instead of the Volkswagen logo over here, we have the MediaCast, which means that instead of going back to the car's interface, by pressing this button, we are going back to the device interface, and we can go back to CarPlay. Over here we have some options for Bluetooth, we have some options for Phonecast. So if you connect your phone to the device, not through the CarPlay interface, but you use Wi-Fi hotspot instead, you can use functions like mirroring, like we need to disconnect from CarPlay to use it, because it's also through Wi-Fi and we cannot have both of them at the same time. You can use screen mirroring, you can use AirPlay, or whatever the equivalent on the Android phone is. So we can have Phonecast, Applecast, Androidcast, and you can configure it to have your phone's display mirrored over here into your car's infotainment system. But that's not the cool part yet. Over here I have a simple flash drive with some MP4 files, connected it to the device, to the USB port, and right now let's go to the U drive, and over here I have my video library, which I can play on my car's display, and you can actually watch videos, not while driving. Please don't do it while driving. There's no video in motion lock over here, so this is for your passengers. You need to keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road. But actually it's possible to play videos over here while the vehicle is moving. And I have to say that the controls over here are very responsive. So the responsiveness issue is CarPlay only. Over here I can slide left or right to browse through the video. I can also use my steering wheel buttons to go to next video file, so I can easily browse the library like so. And I have to say that this is the coolest part of this device. So basically you can copy your video library for your kids if you are traveling with your kids a lot, and have something for them so they are not bored while traveling. Or you can have your music video library over here. You can download some videos from YouTube, and you can have them over here in your vehicle. If you are like me, for example, and you are eating a lot of your meals in fast food chains with drive-through and drive-in, so you have your meals inside your car, and you just want to watch something nice while you are eating your meal. And what's else over here? So maybe let's talk pros and cons over here. The MP4 playback is very cool, that's for sure. There's a lot of cable options, which I always check when reviewing CarPlay interfaces. The device is very small, which makes it easy to hide inside the compartment. If you have your USB port over here or somewhere under the armrest, you will be pleased to know that the device is small enough to fit inside those compartments. The user interface is very simple. We have basically something familiar to CarPlay interface. We have 6 huge icons, which are very easy to touch even while driving. Not that you should do it while driving, but still it's best to have something that's easily accessible. And the control knob controls are also cool. You will be able to easily control this device without touch input if your car is not equipped, or maybe you are just more comfortable using the control wheel, which will be somewhere over here in Audi cars, for example, and it will be easy for you to control the device. And the touch controls are pretty responsive, I have to say. And if we go, for example, to a video and we'll try to we try to scroll through it, you can see that there's a little bit of lag, but that's not much. You can press the screen and try to swipe left or right, and those swipes are pretty responsive as well. And what's else over here? Maybe let's talk cons right now. So the CarPlay interface, it's a little bit laggy, as I said. That's not much of an issue, but still I would rather have something a little bit better over here. Keep in mind that there are CarPlay interfaces that do just that, will do just the wireless CarPlay in your car, and are a little bit more responsive than this one. But still, keep in mind that this one does a lot more than just CarPlay. And there are some settings over here, but there's no advanced settings option, which I was hoping to have. Sometimes there are options to adjust the audio buffer or the GPS position pass through, but there's nothing over here like this. And what's else? Oh, the audio video sync in the video playback can be a little bit off, but that shouldn't be important for you if you are driving your car, and you should keep your eyes on the road, not on the display. And whenever you want, you can just press car and you are back to your interface, your car's interface, or you can just use one of those buttons over here to go to radio or media or whatever you want at the moment. Okay, so once again, this device is made by, who made it? MMB. It's called WJUC-1. And if you want to check one of those, there's a little bit more information about it in the description below this video. I will put a online store link over there as well. If you have some questions about it, please leave them in the comment section below. And that's pretty much it for today. Give me a thumbs up if you like this quick review, and subscribe for future ones. See you soon.